Let's do this. All right, today we're looking at story problems. You guys, let me hear you rejoice in the story problems.
Yay.
Laugh track. All right. Honestly, exponentials I like because they relate to the real world way more than anything else you've ever learned so far. So let's just do it. Best way to do this is just do some examples. Surfside High School. That was the school that was next to Bayside and Saved by the Bell. All right, no? All right. It was built in 2007. Okay, never mind. Built in 2007. Has a growth rate of 1.8%. Initial was 1,483 students, pretty much our size. At T of 0 is 2007. Let's make an equation. So I'm going to start with my A sub T. This marker's pretty light. Let's get one that's a little bit heavier. What's my A sub 0 on this one? What's my initial? All right, this is light. This is too easy, guys. What's my, I'm doing 1 plus. Am I growing up or growing down? Up. So I'm going to add my 0.018, right? And now I'm going to put a T up here. It's not T minus 1 because I'm starting at 0. I'm starting at A sub 0, right? If I start at A sub 1, I do T minus 1. If I start at A sub 3, I start at T minus 3. You guys kind of remember that? That's why we did that explicit stuff. I'm not talking about R-rated movies. All right. Are we good on this? We feel okay about that so far? So let's find the student population in 2024. So I take this, I do A sub, I plug in 2024, right? Yeah. Ooh, nice job. Why 17? How many years is it from 2007 to 2024? That's 17 years, right? So what do I plug in for T? 1738. All right, I'm sorry. So I'm going to plug this into, this would be a non-calculator one. I'm kidding. You guys can't do this without a calculator. All right. You'd have to do this times itself 17 times longhand. I think you're capable. I just don't think it'd be fun. All right.
So 2008.
I didn't find the answer. What do you got?
2008.415. So
2008? Oh, wait, I do have the answer. Yep, can't have student. I thought it was the year 2008. What, hot dogs? Students. Remember, if you're taking the actual AP test, you are going to say in 2024, there will be 2008 students, right? Please, on the AP test, you got to use complete sentences. Everything's in English. This is in English. That's in English. Poor. I can't use names.
Just your arms.
Is there at least a board in the video?
Yeah.
All right, we good on that one? If this is all the test was, would you be happy?
No.
What? This guy wants more. He wants more. He said, Miss Truliger, I do not feel challenged as of yet. So, this formula right here comes up quite often. Here, I'll stand this. This feels weird. I don't like it. All right, this formula right here comes up a lot. I have an initial. What's my growth rate? 2. What's another term for timesing something by 2? Doubling it, right? T over K. So this is a doubling time problem. This is used for population growth. How long does it take for a fish population to double, or bacteria? A lot. This is used a lot for bacterial growth. We saw that. I'm going to throw it up here so I can have both these questions. Now, what do we know? We know that this fish population doubles every 5 months. We know that there's 220 now. And we know that it was 10 months ago, right? So Is there a way I can do this problem without using a formula? How many times has it doubled?
Twice.
So right away, I'm going to do this in tuition weight, and then I'm going to do it with a formula because I want to see both. If I have 220, and it's times 2 twice, times 2 twice, how many fish would I have had 5 months ago? 110. How many would I have had 5 more months ago?
So your initial's 55.
Is that 10 months? So I would have started at 55. Now, will I be able to do that with any problem? No. This is an oversimplified one. If I really wanted to be cool, what I would do is this. I would set my equation. My equation is usually P of T equals my P of O times 2 to the T over K, right? So I'm plugging in how many months have went by? 10. That's going to be my T, right? Do I know my initial yet? Pretending I didn't do this. 2. I plug in my T again. Now what do I put in for K? How often they double? They double every 5 months. And that makes sense because 10 divided by 5 is 2 because they're going to double twice. Okay. Will this work for me to solve this as well? Well, what is P of 10? 220. So I can do 220 equals P sub 0 times 2 squared. What's 2 squared? A game you play when you don't have as many friends. 2 squared. I'm just kidding. It ends up 4 times my initial. Divide by 4 and I get it. 55 is my initial. Yes.
Instead of U0, U10, so like 20 times 10 minus, or 5 times 10, 5.
You would actually do T over K minus 2. Oh, no. So, yeah, if you could have done, to make this formula, don't write this, guys, but it's something, you could have done 220 times 2 to the T minus 10 over K. Because that's P of 10. We have to do the T minus that first because it'll take out. Or you could have done T over K minus 2 because it's 2 doubling times. Oh, I'm sorry, that would have been 5. Does that make sense? You can make an equation with any numbers given to you. But initial is important to find a lot of the time. We are getting into the realm of mathematics where, like, I showed you, there's actually 3 ways you could do this problem, right? And yeah. No. Can I find the population after 1 year? So I'm going to plug in 1 for T, right? Yeah. I'm going to do P of 12. Do I have an initial now? I can't drive. 55 times 2. What am I plugging in for T? 12 over 5, right? Make sure you're doing that operation first before you take it to a power of 2. I got 290. 290 what? Hot dogs? Fish hot dogs. Sounds great. Do they have those in the check? Fish hot dogs? They don't have them here either. Not yet, at least. All right. That's true. I should start. They have fish tacos. They have fish. You can get salmon Reubens. A salmon Reuben. It's actually delicious. They have them in Traverse City. All right. Now, on the AP test, you promise that's not going to be your answer? You would say after 1 year there will be 290 fish in the basin?
Yes.
Promise? Okay. I'm supporting the allegations. Or supporting things. All right.
Oh, yeah.
How many examples are we through? Oh, we're money.
You have to get 3 examples out of 7 minutes.
No, I don't. I only have one example planned tomorrow, actually. All right. All right, good. Half-life. What? That's not how you do half-life. Yeah, that's how we do half-life. Think about the formula we just did, right? We're doing half-life. Half-life works for drugs in your body, and it also works for radiation outside of like anything radioactive breaks down because it's random. It's exponential decay. So after 40 days, there are 8 grams present initially. After, wait a second. What are we talking about? Oh no. The half-life is 40 days, and there are 8 grams present initially. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't like this formula. Half-life is always the same formula. Your half-life is always going to be your initial. What's your rate of half-life? How much is going away? Half. It's the opposite, not the opposite, but it's like the reciprocal of doubling time, right? If it was tripling time, what would I plug in there? 3, right? If it was quartering time, it means it's time to house soldiers in your room, but you can't because there's no soldier quartering. Get it? Because quartering. Constitution, Bill of Rights, cross-curricular. All right. Actually, this is something you have to do in AP Bio, and you're going to have to do in AP Chem. I guarantee you're going to do half-life problems. I guarantee it. What's up? Then this? Same thing. What's my rate? It's 1 minus 0.5, right? Because I'm losing half every time. So what's this going to end up being as a half? Half-life, your base is always a half. I don't just know that. Yeah, I don't care. You can do whatever you want with it. As long as it's legal. All right. So based on this formula, what's my half-life? So 40 days. The substance is in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. All right. I don't know if I can say that. No. All right. So I do T over 40. What's my initial value? All right. That's not so bad, is it? Honestly, these exponential problems aren't bad to set up. These are easier than some. The stuff we just did with like the going through with transformations, this is quicker. Now, what do I care about? When will I have 1 gram? Now, is there a way you could do this without calculator? What's half of 8? What's half of 4? What's half of 2? How many times I cut in half? How long is each half-life? So it's 120 days. So can you do this without the formula? Yes. But does that work all the time? No. So I'm going to show you how to do it without knowing that. What do I want to set this equal to? 1. Grab your graphing calculator. We don't have the tools yet to... dude, we need to learn logs. We need to learn logs hard. So like maple, like a nice hardwood, get it? Hard log. Ash is a hardwood. Not oak though. Do I only have time to do this problem?
Yeah. You got 2 minutes left.
All right, you graph them. I'm going to go quick as I can. I'm going to graph 1 for one of my functions. And what do I plug in for the other?
You plug in your formula.
Yeah, I'm going to plug it in. Plug it in like a Glade. Glade plugins. They're a great product. Please sponsor me. Does that work?
What if they actually did sponsor?
Oh, nothing would bring me more joy in the world to get money for free.
How would you even plug them in every video?
Oh, I could. Plug it in happens all the time. Plug it in, plug it in. It's automatic. If you don't have a calculator that's fancy like mine, then you'd have to put it.
My calculator's not fancy.
Yeah, not everyone's cool. Only cool. I don't care. Thank you. Let's fix this window. Done our walls. Oh, you could on this one, actually. That's a good call.
Thank you. Can you give me a little shout out?
Shout out to my man, the Darts.
There's got to be more deep. My dad.
Uh-oh, they don't overlap. No, they don't.
Mine did.
All right, I'm going to hit window. I'm going to change my, if my half-life's 40 days, I'm going to change my X max to like 250. Does that make sense? Because that gives me 6 half-lives.
Yeah.
Because a half-life is 40 days. I'm also going to change my X-min to, what's a good X-min for these? 0. Oh, Jiminy Crickets. I meant to change this to 250. It's my first day here, guys.
Mr. Twiller's first day. POV.
A wild Mr. Twitter first day.
All right.
Doing day in the water. Wear a GoPro. Wear a GoPro.
Absolutely not. Second, calculate, intersect, enter, 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 enter. I got 120. It's almost like we could have done that using our intuition. 120 watt hot dogs? Days. Gram, no, 20 grams. All right, that's where we'll end it. I'll have to finish these up tomorrow.